I'm gonna show you how to make this delicious Cajun seafood bake. I'm gonna start off with a few strips of foil. Just gonna get these lined up on my baking sheet. This is one of my favorite family dinners. I make this a bunch with my family because it's customizable. I love anything where you can do an individual portion, it's customizable. Instead of just making a whole pot of something, you can kind of make this fun for everybody and interactive. So we got our pieces of foil. Now I'm gonna work on my Cajun seasoning blend. We're doing a Cajun seafood packet, and you know me, when it comes to spices, seasonings, I like to make my own blends. You can of course just buy Cajun seasoning at the store, but this is my version. Little paprika, you can also add some chili powder if you have it. Garlic, it's about a tablespoon each. The other thing I always do is I just kind of guesstimate. So heaping tablespoon of each, some cayenne pepper, your favorite chili, spicy powder, some oregano, plenty of black pepper, and some thyme. And that's basically it. The reason I like to make my own Cajun seasoning, in the past when I've made, seafood boils, the Cajun seasoning is so salty, and you really want a lot of seasoning on these seafood boils, these seafood packets. And I found it to be like way too salty, especially if you use a lot of Old Bay. So I like to make my own, and then you can maybe use a little bit of Old Bay or a little bit of your own favorite Cajun blend, then you're not loading in so much sodium. So I'm just gonna put just a tiny bit of salt in here. You can always add salt later, add salt to taste, but really reducing the sodium, controlling the sodium so it's not just so sickly salty. Now let's get building. This really can take any ingredients. So we're gonna start in the center with just any vegetables you want. I have some diced up onion. Now it can be easy to overload these. You really just need a little bit of each ingredient because it really starts to build up and get full pretty quick. And it's really about having a variety of ingredients in your packet than it is having a lot of one thing, but that's the beauty in the customization. You can omit something if you don't want it. You can have more of something. So I have these really tiny petite potatoes. I love these for these seafood boils just because they don't take up a lot of space. And they're purple potatoes too. I love the color difference in this. And these I boiled for just about 15, 20 minutes till they were slightly tender. They're gonna heat through again. You can do this in advance, or the other trick I do is I'll just roast these potatoes for about 20, 30 minutes while I'm chopping up and preparing the other ingredients. So you can really save time. Let's do a little smoked sausage, whatever your favorite smoked sausage is. I usually go maybe 3 pieces of each item. You can do more. Then your favorite seafood. I got a little bit of a combination. I went to the seafood counter at the grocery store and I'm like, oh, they have scallops and they have halibut. Usually if it's a quick weekday meal, I'll just do shrimp. So I'll do the sausage, the vegetables, and just shrimp. It's great for a weekday. But if you're doing something a little fancy, if you're having guests over and you want everybody to build their own seafood packet, you can add in some scallops, some fish, some other seafood items. I'm gonna do 3 shrimp, pretty decent size, so I'm just gonna do 1 piece of fish. Then we're gonna sprinkle on some of our seasoning blend. You want plenty in there. And also some Cajun butter. Now this is super simple. Melt some butter. I just chopped up like 6 cloves of garlic. I don't even know. I usually chop up the whole head and use the whole head of garlic. But tons of fresh chopped garlic and then just that Cajun seasoning blend all mixed up. Now a little bit of this goes in, but you'll want to make extra butter for dipping at the end. Now comes the fun part. We're gonna fold this up. This is heavy duty foil just so it's a little easier to work with, won't rip, won't tear. You need to turn this sideways, fold up this end, and you wanna leave some excess. Don't make it too tight because steam's gonna build up in there. That's why this is perfect for seafood. That steam will build, keep everything nice and moist so the fish doesn't dry out and everything's ready. It's that easy. So let's build another one. Maybe let's just do scallops in this one. But as you can see, this is why it's so great. Customizable, you can use whatever vegetables you want. Any of your favorite vegetables you can add into your packet. You can make these up yourself, make several, depending on how many people are in your family or coming over for dinner. Or you can have everybody make their own. That's why I love an interactive meal, especially for a party or a small group gathering, is it's interactive. Everybody can talk about why they want something in their packet. Everybody can customize it. It's like that Chipotle vibe, but at home. Everybody likes to make their own or feel like they're a part of the meal, and this is a great way to do that. Usually you'd want to pre-cook or blanch fresh corn, but my trick is I get the frozen corn. It's already been lightly blanched, then frozen. So all you have to do is defrost it. So I just put it in the fridge the night before, and then the next day, cut them in the small rounds, and there you go. It's a quick shortcut, so you're not doing a lot of prep, a lot of shucking, a little bit of our butter. This is my favorite part of these Cajun seafood bags. And what makes this so perfect is it's so easy to prep, so easy to clean afterwards. Now, I have some family members who don't eat seafood. We usually let them just do a vegetarian packet, and then we'll have some chicken on the side or maybe a steak, whatever works for you. But this is a perfect cooking method for seafood because of that moisture, because of that steam. You're gonna cook it perfectly all the way through without it drying out. Last one. Now I'm going real savage, just hands in there. I'm not using these because I'm making these all myself with clean hands, but tiny tongs. You can pick these up super cheap if you don't already have some yourself, and they're perfect for buffet lines or for serving a crowd. I was inspired to share this recipe with all of you because I actually just made this not too long ago. And I was like, I should do a video about this because it's one of my favorite quick dinners. You can pre-prepare all your chopping, all your ingredients. Just keep those in the fridge, and when you're ready for party time, you just pull everything out. And if any of your guests or your family members are averse to spice, you can just use like garlic powder, garlic salt, an Italian seasoning blend. You can really switch up the seasonings. You don't have to use a Cajun seasoning. I would maybe put some lemon slices in there, some herbs. You can do this with like some fresh herbs, some dill, some rosemary. It's really customizable. I mean, whatever flavors you like with your seafood, you can do with this same method. And what's really great is it's such a versatile base of ingredients. You can do, maybe you wanna go crazy and do a more Asian version. You can put some soy sauce in there. You can put some other Asian ingredients. Say you want it more Tex-Mex. You can use a taco seasoning blend and maybe, you know, omit the potatoes and serve it with some tortillas on the side. I love this because you can really adapt it to other flavor profiles as well. These will bake for 15 to 20 minutes at 425. Into the oven, ready in just about no time, and these are all set. So this is like a surprise. You get to open it up. Hopefully everything's cooked inside. The beauty there is things are a little undercooked. You need a little bit more time. You can just toss it back into the oven. It's perfect. Look at that shrimp, perfectly cooked through. The foil is its own bowl. You can just put this on a paper plate, on a tray. So it's very light cleanup, not a lot of dishes. You can set all these ingredients out on a cutting board, or you can lay some foil sheets out and put all your ingredients on the foil sheet. So that is your buffet tray. Put those tongs out there, and that's how everybody builds their own. So you really don't need a whole bunch of little bowls to put everything in. My party baskets, bang, in there. Now what would be great with this? Some garlic bread, some nice crusty sourdough from your favorite local baker. That is a great addition to this. Just some bread on the side to soak up all the juice at the bottom, all that butter. And of course you wanna serve it with some bonus butter. You can put some more of the seasoning on top, more of the butter, especially on that seafood. I mean, it's perfect. Everything is nice, heated through, tons of flavor from that Cajun seasoning. Customize that blend, you'll impress your family and friends because it's super easy to make. I'm gonna dig in, but traditionally I would garnish this, maybe a little parsley on top or even some green onion. I love green onion to finish off a dish. And can't forget some lemon on top. I'm a shrimp fan. I always say I'm borderline pescatarian because I could eat seafood every day of the week. Perfect. Delicious, a little spicy, tons of flavor. Make sure to dip down in that juice at the bottom. So good, so fun, super easy. I mean, when do I do something that's not easy? Please tell me if it's not easy, because I only do things if they're easy. Woo! I'm gonna make a name for myself here.